Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson cannot be trusted with the Bryan Kohberger Moscow, Idaho case. My opinion, Bill Thompson cannot be trusted. Reason why is it seems like he doesn't listen to victims, family members in high-profile, violent cases in Latah County. He's done it in the past. There has been a case in the past. Wen Kai Lee, in the mid-1990s, a man went into a residence in Moscow and stabbed another man 28 times and stabbed his wife 10 times. Both were killed. And Bill Thompson made a deal with this defendant and his attorney. He was originally charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. And Bill Thompson made a deal with the defendant to get charges reduced, which outraged the victims' families. Check this out. This is a news article from 1996. Families are up in arms over deal in Idaho slayings. The families of 2 slain Chinese nationals are outraged by a deal that would spare the life of the man who has admitted killing them. We are extremely upset and dissatisfied with the plea bargain, Young Zhang Lee of Maryland wrote in a letter obtained by the Moscow Pullman Daily News. The charges of second-degree murder are designed to end the trial quickly, even though they betray the truth. The letter asks Second District Judge Ida Leggett be notified of the family's dismay. It is even less faithful to justice than the previous bargain attempt, wrote Young Zhang Lee, the cousin of University of Idaho student Ning Lee. Ning Lee and his wife ZG were stabbed to death in their Moscow apartment 13 months ago. Former University of Idaho student Wen Kai Lee, no relation, pled guilty to 2 counts of second-degree murder on Thursday. Young Zing said his family would come to Moscow next month to make their last appeal for the prosecutors to change their minds. Nobody can accept this, he said. How can they tell this news to their parents? Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson said changing the first-degree murder charge to second-degree murder accomplishes the initial sentencing goal without the risk or expense of going to a trial. So, the families here of a stabbing, double stabbing that occurred in Moscow, Idaho are furious with the prosecutor, Bill Thompson, for making a deal with the defendant, making a deal with Wen Kai Lee. Instead of 2 counts of first-degree murder, he pled guilty to 2 counts of second-degree murder. Let me know what you think. Families are up in arms over deal in Idaho slayings. Prosecutor Bill Thompson cannot be trusted. That's my opinion. Do you feel he can be trusted? Do you feel that he's an honorable man when it comes to listening to victims' families? Moscow, Idaho, that area does not get many serious violent crimes. There has been cases in the past where he hasn't pursued the DP. If you are a proponent of the DP, he hasn't pursued it. John Lee case, 2015, hasn't pursued it. Dale Shackelford, resentencing of him, didn't pursue the DP. Now, what if one of the families, victim families, say they don't want the DP? We've heard from one victim's family that said they do. What about if one says they don't? Does Bill Thompson just not listen to them? Doesn't listen to them? It looks like he's going to be in a position he might get different opinions from different family members. That alone, the victim's family is most important when it comes to this case. I know a conviction is important too, but also the victims' families that were affected by this case are the ultimate ones that have to deal with this. Community too when it comes to the Moscow, Idaho case, because Bryan Kohberger just did a act of terror in the entire community, had the whole community on edge, fearful, scared to go out, everyone looking at each other for a suspect. University of Idaho doing online classes, people taking their kids out of school, businesses not open. But Bill Thompson worked a deal out behind the scenes with a high-profile defendant that did a very bad act. Stabbings, too. Stabbings. Bryan Kohberger stabbed these people inside the home, these victims, multiple times. When Kai Lee did the same thing. Charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Bill Thompson didn't even seek the DP. And then made a deal. Bill Thompson cannot be trusted. Change my mind. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel. Like, hit the notification button. Did Bill Thompson redeem himself? This is going to be the biggest case in his life. What is he going to do? We'll talk soon. Stay tuned.